Here we have our Magnum GT 194. So if we move on to the front here, you have your diesel fill-up point. Using your ignition key, you simply pull it in, undo it, and there's a little hook down the bottom to just rest it on whilst you're filling up. Moving on down to the back, you've got door magnets for the retaining of the door, and then the back of your fridge vents there. Make sure they're never blocked as well. Just here is your gas barbecue point, just by this little lid. You've got your little clip on there that goes in, and then you can put your pipe in. This is as easy as that. In this locker here is where you put your gas bottles. You have two secure locks there to put two 7-kilo bottles in, and you also have your point to connect up on your regulator just up there. Also at the back end just down there you have your vents. Make sure they're never blocked, as if there is a gas leak the gas can then get out and you don't have a build up. Moving on to the back here is an access into the garage. So it's a wet floor garage, so anything that goes in wet, you've got a little drain points down in there so you can easily wash it all down, and you've also got your retaining straps there, so if you do have any bikes or anything in there, you can then secure them down as well. Moving on to the back, you have your bike rack. With this, you simply lift those arms up, it will just pull down and then secure down. You then put your bike on, secure these into the wheels, and then depending what one you've got, you use your straps to then go on the frame. Again, when you put it away, just make sure it's clicked in, bring the straps down as just extra security so it can't drop down then. And then just located at the top, you have your reverse camera up there. Moving around to the back, you have the other access into your garage there, and in this little locker in here you have your 12-volt leisure battery located just in there, all strapped in, and you also have your mains electric point there and your 240 point if you want an external plug in from the outside. Just below that you also have the fresh water tank drain valve. Whenever it comes to draining down, you simply open it up and it'll drain the system, and make sure it's closed when you want to fill the system. Just located in here is your shower point. That simply pops out, shower point pushes in, and then you use the handles to then release the pressure. And just in here is where you fill your fresh water tank. Hose pipe will just sit down in there, and then you wait for it to fill up. In here we have your cassette toilet. This handle here simply lifts up, and then your cassette toilet will pull out. Just turn that, unscrew the cap, and then when you are draining it out, make sure you push that button in, as it stops any air blockages and it stops it all glugging out on you. Simply twist that back in, push it in, and make sure that clips down when putting it away. And just at the bottom down here is your grey tap, which is for your wastewater tank. Again, same as the other one, open, we'll let it drain, and closed will then allow it to store the water in there. So now moving on to the front of the cab, located just at the bottom down here is your switch, and that does your heated seats. Simply push in to turn on and push in again to turn off. And then moving to the inside, located at the bottom down here is your glove box, and you'll have all your Peugeot side for the vehicle in there. And then just at the top there is a little chiller cabinet. If you want to put any food or drinks in there, you can. It will keep it nice and chill when you're on your journey, as long as you've got your air conditioning on, which is there. You've also got your temperature there, so you can turn that outside dial to turn it to cold or turn it to hot. And you've also got the bottom, which will do the fan speed, so it'll go from 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the other side you can put it to where you want it to come in, if you want it just to the face, the feet, depending where you want it in, and if you want it to circulate the air that's already in the vehicle, or if you want it to bring in air from outside of the vehicle. Up here you have your media system. Simply power on, you've got your volume there, you've got your enter and your turn button. This can all be connected via Bluetooth to your phone, so you can play all your music through your phone, and also you can connect it for all your contacts, and it also does your hands-free on your steering wheel at the same time. This up here simply just lifts up. You've got your little locking mechanism down here, which will then unlock. You can put your phone in, and then that will adjust to hold if you want to put a phone. You could even have it up to put a tablet in, and you'll then just push that back up, which will then lock it in and hold it all in place. To put it away, you just unlock it again, it'll all fold in, lock it in, and you can retain it back down. So moving over onto the steering wheel, we have your 6-speed gearbox here, and on your steering wheel you have your indicators on the sides, which has also got your lights function for your side lights there. At the bottom you've got your speed limiter and also your cruise control down there, and at the right hand side you've got your windscreen wipers, which is located there. You can adjust the speeds accordingly. On the steering wheel itself you have the volume button located there, and you also have a mute button, and you also have that which will flick through the dash through your contacts, and then you can select a call or end the call, so it gives you a hands-free option. Moving on to the blinds, you push in the clips inside, you simply put it out, and then the other side will then come in and join up via magnetic strip underneath, and again you just push them all the way back and make sure they're clipped in. It's the exact same with the door ones. You unclip, slide them along at the bottom, and they just magnet in at the sides. And again, you just pull them away from the magnetic clip, put them back, make sure they're retained in. And located just up in here is your reverse camera, which should be on whilst you're driving, so you've got a clear view behind you. If you're going down the motorway, you can see exactly who and what is behind you. Also on the seats down here, you have your swivel seat clip there. So when you pull that out, that will then spin your seat around. And then on your arms, you've got little rollers. So if you roll it out, it will allow you to adjust it higher up, or if you roll it the other way, it then allows you to have it lower down. And then at the front there, you have, if you want to slide it backwards or forwards as well. And just on the side at the bottom here is your clip. So if you pull that one out, that'll adjust the seat up at the back, and that one at the front will adjust it at the front. Make sure you're sat on it when it does it, because it is quite a strong spring and it will just fling the seat up. Yeah. So moving on to the front here, you have your TV bracket there to put your TV on. Located in there is your 230 point for your mains electric, your 12-volt point, and also your TV aerial point. Up here with your cupboards as well, you've got the clips which then just push down, which then allows it to open up. If you don't have those clips pushed down, it won't open up. Moving on to the bottom of your beds, if you grab under this here, lift up to free it from the carpet, it will then slide out a lot easier. And then once it is, you can slide this forward and then push the back cushion down at the back. Now this cushion you want to flip round as well and have that at the back, as it says on the cushion, sleep this side. So make sure all the cushions are reversed round. It gives you more of a flat and more of a comfortable sleep. And the other side does the exact same, where it pushes up, meets in, and that gives you a 2-berth at the front. So put in this back, we'll move on to your travel seat. So with this lifted up, you've got little brackets underneath located there, and they're both sides. Lift those up and then it will drop that down like so. This then gives you your seat, which this lever here will do the back. Make sure you don't pull it up too quick, as the seat belt will go into a safety lock and you won't be able to pull it any further. Then you'll have to do this one to bring him up, and then you got your final one to bring him up completely straight. And then all you do is lift the seat up and you just put them into this little notch here, and that's your seat made up and ready for travelling. To put away, you just do it all in reverse. So again, you just flick the seat back down, lower it, lower the middle part, and then lower it fully down. And then you can then lift that back up, it'll click in and hold itself into place, and then you can then drop that down and you're back into your lounge area. So moving on to the rear of your motorhome, what you'll find here is a little panel which then sits down in there, and then you've got your makeup cushion there, which will then just sit nicely in the middle and then gives you a nice double bed instead of 2 little singles. Whilst you're travelling, you can then slide that out, slide that into the back, and just leave that there. Moving just at the first step, if you take this access panel away, you then have your water pump and the top of your water boiler located just in there. You've then got your drain valve, which is this yellow tap here. This is currently in the non-drain position as it is on the X side. If you turn it a quarter of a turn, it goes to the water droplet position, which means the system is currently being drained. So when it comes to winterization, make sure it's turned to the water droplet, open all of your taps up between hot and cold, and then that'll stop any air blockages and it'll allow it to fully drain the system. Under here is a nice little access panel that goes underneath the bed, and on the other side you have the exact same there. So moving on to your kitchen area, you have your Dometic fridge, which is here, and just at the top you have your catch. So that catch pushes down and opens your fridge up, and this little grey catch down in here, if you push in and pull out, when you close that door now, it will not close fully, which will save on your magnetic strips all the way around. So when you're having it locked up for a little while, it'll stop those magnetic strips from seizing up and just extend the lifetime of them, really. At the top here you have your functions, so this will then turn it to electric, and that'll run it all on electric as long as you're plugged in. You'll then run it on the battery function, which then works off your leisure and your vehicle battery, but it only ever works with your vehicle on, so your ignition and the engine has to be running. What it does is it will run the vehicle and the leisure battery at the same time and act as a chiller cabinet for your travel, so whilst travelling from point A to point B, it keeps all your food nice and cool. You've also got your gas function there, so that'll select it to gas. If you come over to your temperature side here, so that is to just select the temperature you want it to run at. If you push it in, that allows the gas to flow into the system, and then pressing this button in will allow it to ignite, and then that little orange marker will go into the green to indicate that it's lit. So moving up to the top, you have your sink with the drainer located just there. So your tap, obviously it's a hot and cold mixer tap. It's located with hot and cold on the top, and underneath it's also colour coordinated with the hot and the cold. Up at the top we have the Russell Hobbs microwave. So this is the same as any other microwave that you have at home. It runs off your mains electric. The plate and the roller is located just in the cupboard in here. Always try and keep that in there whilst travelling, because if you do go in a bit of a corner a bit quick, plate comes out, hits the door, and it can go and cause a lot of damage. In this cupboard up here is your isolation switch for the microwave with your plug and the switch up there. You have all your manuals and everything for the habitation side in this locker. And as I said, you've got microwave plate and your tray holder up there. Now these cupboards have a little catch here. So when you open them, pull the catch, then open. Moving on to your cooker, you have your electric and 3 gas hobs. The electric has a setting of 6, so 1 being the lowest, 6 being the highest. And the same with your gas hobs, your grill and your oven. When you light them, you've got to turn and push it in, press the igniter button, and then once it's lit, allow that to stay alight for about 5 to 10 seconds, then release the button, and then it will detect the flame and it won't cut itself out. Moving on into the bathroom, just in here, you've got your taps the same as the kitchen, all mixer taps with the hot and the cold on the top and your colour coordinated at the bottom. At the back there you have the toilet with the blue button, which then activates the flush and allows the water to run into the system. And just at the bottom you have your grey little lever which then opens the inside and closes the inside. If that is open, you cannot pull the cassette out from the outside. So moving on to your master and your heating controls, located up here is your master button. So that will turn your master on, that puts 12 volt to everything. And then you've got your interior lights button there. Pressing that will turn all the interior lights on, and then pressing it off will turn them all off again. This one is your awning light for the outside. Pressing that once will turn it on, and pressing it again will turn it off. And then you've got your tap button there. By pressing that, it runs the pump, and it's also indicated by that green light there that the pump is currently running. And again, to turn that off, you just press it. If you hold the battery button, that will show the battery level on your leisure battery. And this is your fresh water tank level there, and that will show how much water is in the system. And currently it's nothing as it's all drained down. And that's just a switch for the insides, for your lights. Moving down to your whale heating system. At the top you have your water heater, and at the bottom you have your heating. So going through the top, what you'll have is your electric symbols. You'll have your electric 1, electric 2, then your gas, then gas with electric 1, gas with electric 2. And at the start you'll have your little frost protect there. So if you're at home plugged into your mains electric, have that on your frost protect, and it will keep the van and your water above 5 degrees, so it'll keep it all above freezing temperature. It's the exact same with your heating. You'll go through, you'll have your gas with 1, gas with 2, electric 1, electric with 2, and then going through your plus and your minus, you can go on your winter protect there. Your night mode, which reduce the fan noise, and then just going up will put the temperature all the way up.